I don't get why folks are feeling some kind of way of how Homelander went out. I thought it was poetic justice of how he went out. Because have y'all not watched the show? All the atrocities that he's committed in the entire series, from sexually assaulting Butcher's wife, releasing Compound V to terrorists, let hundreds of people die just so he can get into the military. He belittled everyone around him if they didn't fit his natural order or his vision on how the kind of world that he wanted. And let's not forget the constant betrayals towards the final episode that he did once he got what he wanted. He used firecrackers to spread that he is the second coming of God and killed her just because she showed a little doubt and slept with Soldier Boy. Disbanded the Seven and made the Deep go against everything he stood for as far as aquatic life goes. Then put Soldier Boy back in cryostasis just because he wanted to leave. So karma was going to come back around on him one way or another, whether he got the V or not. I feel like if Homelander didn't get V1, his outcome would have been the same. The man was destined to lose. His end was ripped straight out of the comic book. Now, there are many ways that he could have won, but I'm not even going to say there are ways he could have won, because this is not that type of video. This is the type of video showing that he got what he deserved in the end. Even when Father told him to postpone his ascension or message to the world or whatever for another time until they dealt with Butcher, that was the universe or God, whichever one everybody believes in. That was his out. That was his out. He could have just postponed his little ascension until he dealt with Butcher, and he could have just like lived freely or whatever. The fact of the matter is, he had an out. He had an out, but he chose not to just because he had V1 in his system. Now, granted that, people are complaining of like how he lost due to the fact of comparing the fight from Soldier Boy, Butcher, Huey, and himself back in season 3, and this fight between him, Butcher, Ryan, and Kimiko. You would think that Homelander would have had the advantage with the V1 in his system. But I feel that that's another video for another day. But I'll give you one little tidbit or one little theory that I have as far as like the V1 in Homelander's system and whatnot. I feel that, let's say compare it to the Zeo Crystal from Power Ranger Zeo. If you know the lore behind the Zeo Crystal gets stronger over time. Now, what if, and this is just what if, it's just newly in his system and it's going to take some time to the V1 to get settled, like really settled in Homelander's system. So that's why he felt that he wasn't up to 100% as of yet. Totally V1 in. Now, he may have felt like the effects, like I know he felt different from once he took the V1, but what if it didn't have time to settle in yet? This is a newly a soup that already had powers. This was a person that newly had the original version of Compound V in his system, the V1 it is. And it needed more time to fully be in his system and to completely become a part of him. Now, I know I'm probably making excuses of like why he lost or trying to figure out like why he lost even with the V1 in his system. But like I said, it's just a small theory. But at the end of the day, he was destined to lose. There was no way around it because all the atrocities that he committed up to that point was adding up, and the universe or God was coming to collect. Now, it may not have been that episode or around that time for Destiny or God or the universe to collect, but it would have came when he least expected it. But I felt that he ignored the warning that Father tried to instill into him. So by him going with the broadcast anyway, only sealed his fate. And to the ones who are mad before I end this video, it probably screams a lot about you if you hated how he went out, due to the fact of him having V1 in his system. Then when it was blasted out, he turned into this whiny, weak little baby that we all knew that he was. It was foreshadowed throughout the series. If his powers was taken away back in season 3 and they would have kept him around for like season 4 or whatever, he would have dealt with the time of being human, hiding from Butcher, and dealing with, how he would have been treated if he didn't have any powers. But at the end of the day, Homelander got what he deserved. It was poetic justice. That monster got what he deserved. And I hope he is rotting in hell as we speak. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. That's all for right now. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.